What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today we have a beautiful bronze summer glam featuring the new Natasha Denona bronze palette. It is my warm dream. It is everything I could have wished for in a bronzed palette. Truly stunning. So if you would like to see how we created this look, then keep on watching. Okay, so we're gonna do the eyes first, and I have you guys zoomed up a little bit more. I had a few people asking if I could get a little bit closer. I hope this is okay. I try not to get too close because my camera sometimes doesn't like focus and it gets really annoying and sometimes misses the shot. So let me know if this is okay, but let's get started. So I'm just gonna quickly pull my hair back so that everything is out of my face. I'm also pretty crispy today, if you can see. Oh, I was outside for 2 hours. 2 hours, and I am burnt to a crisp. Shame on me for not using my SPF. I protected my face as much as I could, but my very, very white skin burns so easy. This is all fake though. It's fake tanner, so if I look like I'm tan, it's because I use self-tanner. But under here, your girl is super white. For today's look, we are going to be using the Natasha Denona bronze palette. This palette is my entire warm dream, just put all into one. I really didn't think that I was gonna get this palette just because I own so many shades just like it, but something kept telling me just to get it. And I'm glad I did, because after seeing swatches online and just people using it in general, it really is so much different of an experience in person. I feel like camera just really doesn't do this palette justice. So when I opened it for the first time, I was just like, thank you for following your gut and buying this, because it is gorgeous. So today we are going to be doing a nice warm summer look that I had already put on Instagram, and you guys really liked the picture. So I was like, all right, let's do it. Now to prep the eyes, I'm going to be using my e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the shade Light Beige. Just blend it in. I love using this concealer. Then I'm just going to take a brush and some highlighting powder, just a little bit, to set this before we go in with the eyeshadow. Then I'm just gonna grab my Smith 232 brush, and we are going to dip in the shade Beige. And what I'm gonna do with this is just kind of put this all over my entire like upper crease area, and then bring it somewhat down onto the lid, but majority of focusing it right here in the upper crease, pushing it into the brow. I love pushing the shadow into the brow. I feel like it gives a little bit more of a seamless blend and a blown out blend. And I've been really loving the blown out blend. And then I'm just gonna pick up a little bit more, and then just circular motions, just work this color all throughout here. And then, like I said, whatever is left, just kind of bring it down slightly. Now the eye look that I'll be creating today is going to be a halo. So I'm making sure that I'm keeping everything tucked. Usually I always kind of just wisp out my eyeshadows this way, because I do like that more elongated kind of cat eye feline look. But for a halo eye, we want to make sure we're keeping this round. So just keep it tucked right here. Now I'm going to grab my Rephr 01 brush, and we're going to be dipping into this shade right here. It's called Suntan. Really pretty warm brown. And we're going to start working on the halo. So I'm just going to be focusing this shade right here on the outer portion of the eye. And then once we have that built up to our desire, we're going to move on and build it up right here on the inner portion of the eye. And we're going to leave the center blank, and that's going to give us the beautiful halo look. So while I'm building up this suntan shade, I'm going to slightly be moving into the crease as well, and just building that shade right here, right directly in that crease, and then right directly on that outer portion. And I'm just going to put in circular motions to make sure that this shade is blown out and stays tucked right here. And just make sure to take your time with this step, because it requires a lot of precision and being kind of intricate in placing. So just take your time. So once you have that intensity built up to how you like it, I want to make mine just a little bit darker, a little bit more defined. So I'm gonna grab my Rephr 13 brush, and we are going to dip into this shade right here. It's called Magma. It reminds me of the first shade, just a little bit more reddish, just a little bit deeper. And same placement. I'm just going to pick up a little at a time because this palette is really, really pigmented in the most beautiful way possible. I love when shadows are pigmented but easy to blend because sometimes you kind of get one or the other, but this, no, this is amazing. So I'm going to pick a little bit up and I'm just going to softly work it and blend it within that color that we put down, the suntan shade. And just make sure these two kind of work together. I don't want to completely cover that suntan shade, but I do want this shade to also shine with it. And all I'm doing with that shade is very, very lightly blending it into the crease as well. But I won't go as high as that suntan. I'm just going to keep it to right about here. And then we're just gonna apply it here as well. Again, you can skip this shade if you don't want it too dark or too intense. This is definitely gonna be more of a glam look, so I do like it to be a little bit more contrasty. But these shades are just so incredibly beautiful. I had a couple people ask me if I had anything similar. And I said I feel like the most similar palette that I have that could be compared with some shades would probably be my newest palette, which is the Supreme Nudes by Artist Couture. But this is so much more warmer, and Natasha Denona's shadows to me are a little bit more buttery. So I do like that aspect as well. So I feel like even though I do have maybe similar shades, I just enjoy her formula so much that I didn't care. I'm going to use them anyway because these are shades that I use all the time. All right, time for the center shade, which is my favorite part. So I'm going to grab my Rephr 02 brush and we are going to dip into this shade right here. It's called True Bronze, and it is a true bronze. This color is stunning. You can use it with your brush, you can use it with your finger. I think I'm going to do a little mixture of both. So I'm going to go in with the brush first and I'm just going to tap right in the middle, and you can see it is so metallic, so beautiful. It's just one of those shades that you have to honestly experience in person. Just absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, that is just with a brush, dry, not wet, but I am going to do a little bit more with my finger just to help bring out that metallicness just a little bit more. Now this part is optional, you don't have to do it, but I'm gonna take a little bit of this shade right here. It's called Silk. It's just a little bit lighter, and I'm gonna take that with my finger and I'm gonna stamp that right on the center, not to cover up the shade completely, but just to give a little more dimension. Just make it kind of pop right there. And now I'm just gonna zoom you out so that we can work on the face. I had to put my whole hair up for the face. It just feels so good when your hair isn't touching any part of your body or your face when you're doing makeup. At least for me, I hate that feeling. So to move on for the face, we are gonna prep, as always, my Elysian Continuum. I absolutely love this stuff if you guys haven't tried it already or haven't heard of it, but it just really does absolutely everything that you would want a primer to do for your skin. But not only is it used as a primer, it's jam-packed with skincare. So this could be your last step in your skincare routine and your first step in your makeup routine, and it just smooths the skin, hydrates it, leaves it wrinkle-free, everything that we want it to be. Now, since my burnage situation for just being outside for 2 hours, I don't think my foundation might, I think it might be a smidge too light. So I'm going to take my Dior Forever Skin Glow. This is in the shade 2W. And I think I'm just gonna mix a little bit of my Cover FX bronzing drops. I love mixing this in with anything that you want to add more warmth to. So if you're somebody like me who likes to tan a lot, or you just fluctuate within color and you don't want to buy a new foundation every single time that you change in your skin tone, I definitely advise getting something like this because this can help to make any of your foundations a little bit darker. That's what I'm here for. So yeah, I usually just take my foundation and then the bronzing drops, and then I just mix it together and you're all set. And then just taking this Hourglass foundation brush and just blending it all into the skin, and that bronzing drop really did help to make sure that my face matches the rest of my body. I swear I love that stuff, and it's super lightweight. It doesn't change the consistency of my foundation at all. Like I said, just adds warmth and saves you from buying countless bottles of foundation to match your skin every time you get lighter or darker. So for concealer, I'm actually gonna be using a couple different shades and I'm gonna tell you why. So the first one I'm gonna go in with is this Dior Forever. This is in shade 2WP and the P stands for peach. So I get really blue throughout here. When I'm more tan, it fades a little bit, but when I am my lightest of lights, like it's straight blue. So this peach right here is going to help me color correct that. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with that e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in light beige. And I'm just going to boop, 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 just to give a little bit more neutralness to it. And then the last but not least, again, you don't have to do this, but it's just something I've been doing lately that I really like. I'm gonna go in with my Colourpop concealer. Now this is in the shade Light 16. So this is gonna be the lightest of them. I like to apply it right here, and right there. And when I mix them all together, I get a really nice gradient of brightness under the eye where it just kind of neutrals out and also helps to cover the darkness. So just something I've been doing, I really like. Give it a try. Let me know how you like it. And then I'm just going to kind of go and mix it in between. Taking my beauty blender, of course. I really love blending out concealer with my beauty blender. And then just bringing it outwards and then taking it down. And like I said, now I get like the perfect amount of brightness throughout here, but then it fades out so it's not like stark white throughout my face. I like to try to keep it as natural as possible. Now to bronze up my skin a little bit more, I'm gonna be using the Fenty Cream Bronzer. This is in the shade Macchiato. Absolutely love this. I'm gonna be using my Rephr 04 brush. I love, love, love using cream products. You guys know this. Really do believe in the longevity it gives your makeup when you layer different types of textures and formulas. That's just something I've kind of found on my face. You know, everyone's a little bit different, but every time I mix creams with powders, I swear my makeup lasts like 12 to 15 hours without having to touch it up. It's great. Now to set my under eyes, we are going to go in with the RCMA No Color Powder, my favorite powder. We already know that. But what I'm going to do, and I feel like if you struggle with dry under eyes like I do, or you just don't like powder under your eyes, but you really want your concealer to set, do it this way. So once everything is blended out, take a fluffy small brush, dip a little bit into that powder, kind of move it in my hands like this, and I do a light set just like that. Now this is nothing new. People do this all the time. But again, if you struggle with the creasing or dryness, this is great. But then also what I'm about to do next, which again is nothing new. People do this all the time. But just to reiterate it to you guys. So even though I'm dry right here, I still, because I have allergies and just like, I do constantly touch my face, my makeup does wear here. So by doing a light set with the powder first, then going in with a beauty blender, again, pushing that into my hand, and then pushing this right in those areas where I do have makeup lift. Every time I do it this way, my skin looks so soft and smooth, and it does not look cakey, and the makeup will 100% stay there unless like I jack it up or, you know, I'm like blowing my nose heavily, wiping it. Makeup's not gonna stay with that. But doing it that way for me allows me to kind of have the best of both worlds. So just a little tip for you. Then for a little additional setting, my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Powder, I wear the shade 2, and I just do a light set. Nothing crazy because I do like my skin to glow, but this does also help just to give it an airbrush look and helps it to last all day. Now let's bronze up the skin, taking my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Bronzer. And then this is the Crown 500 brush. I'm just gonna go everywhere that I put that Fenty cream, and this will kind of help to set it, but also help the bronzer to be a little bit more visible. And again, helps to allow that bronzer to stay a little bit longer. I definitely want to be a little bit more bronzy and glowy, so I'm going to go in with my Hourglass Radiant Bronze Light. This is my Japanesque highlighting brush, and just blend this everywhere I'd start at my cheeks, kind of blend down along the jawline, along the hairline. Just gives a really beautiful bronzy glow to the skin. Today's blush, I actually haven't touched this one in a minute, but it's my Patrick Ta blush in the shade She's Sincere. I think it's a perfect shade for this look. I'm taking my Rephr 05 brush, really loading it on, and we are going to blush up these cheeks. When I'm doing a really bronzy look, I really do like to be a little bit heavier on the blush. Just kind of bring it a little bit everywhere. I don't know, it's just something I like to do. If you're not a blush person, totally understand, but I've just been really obsessed with blush lately. Now for highlight, this is actually one of my newest purchases, and I'm not sure if I've showed you guys on my YouTube channel. You definitely saw it on my Instagram, but it is the Dior Backstage Glow, and this is in the shade 02 Glitz. So pretty. You have multiple different shades in here to kind of play around, but I want this peachy one, and I might even mix it in with a little bit of the bronze just to kind of kick up that bronze look. And then, oh, so beautiful. Absolutely love it. Now I'm going to quickly set my face. This is the Make Up For Ever Mist and Fix before I go in with my brows because I just want everything to kind of sit, soak in, settle in. So good. Favorite part. And then this is my Patrick Ta fan. Absolutely love this fan. So handy. Now before I do my brows and lashes off camera, I do want to finish the under eyes really quick. So we're gonna go back into the palette. I'm gonna grab my Rephr 01 brush and I'm just gonna dip into Beige right here and I'm gonna blow it out. Not super dark under there. I want the lid to really shine, but just give this a really beautiful blowout. So it's all seamless. And you know what? I'm actually going to go in a little bit with suntan. So that is this shade right here with my Rephr 13 brush. And just slightly tuck that on the lash line. Again, I don't want it to be super smoky down here, but I do want everything to be cohesive and really come together. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do my lashes and brows off camera. You guys have seen me do it countless times. If you have not, I will link above specific videos to show you how I do it. And then we will be back for the lip. Brows and lashes are on, so now we're gonna do the lip. For lip, we're gonna be using the Huda Beauty Lip Liner in the shade HBIC. And then I'll be topping that with a lip gloss from Gerard Cosmetics. Haven't heard that name in a while, goes way back. This is in the shade Crystal. And I just wanted to give myself a really nice bronzy metallic nude lip. And this completes the finished look. So now let's take my hair out, try to look kind of cute. This to me is my summer hair. It gets so curly in the summer because of just humidity and if we're in the pool and just water in general. But it's just so effortless. It's that beachy look and I love it. But yeah, this completes my summertime glam. Hope you guys love it. I am such a bronze lover all year round especially, but more so in the summer for sure when I'm a little bit more tan and bronzy and love to wear white just to really emphasize that bronzeness. It's just one of my favorite looks, and this palette, truly, if you are a bronze lover, you love warm tones, I promise you if you get this, you would not be disappointed. But I'm just a huge Natasha Denona fan in general. I want to try to get all of her palettes maybe one day, but especially this one, if you do not own anything from hers, you would absolutely die over this. Let me know in the comments below if you would like to see some more looks from this palette, because this palette to me is so perfect for summer into fall. You have some of those beautiful fall shades in there that I feel like we could just create endless looks with. I know I took a little break from YouTube. If you follow me on Instagram, you kind of know why. I do a little ranting on there. You guys know a little bit more about my personal life through there, but I'm back. I missed you guys. Let me know what you would like to see again in the comments below. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to all my videos if you'd like to see more. Do not forget to follow me on Instagram. My name is Amanda Devon on there as well. Like I said, we're a little bit more personal. And that's it. I love you guys. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.